Welcome to Reckless Paradise, everyone. I'm your host, Marissa, and I'm here with my co-host, Dystro. Say hi.
So, hello, everyone.
Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a very good week. We are on the final stretch of May, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy, it's just it's like just stop.
Like, slow down. Like, what the hell? Like, this
Slow
freaking
down.
month. I feel like this month flew by quicker than April did.
Well, it's just because we've been having fun.
And I have been super freaking busy this month, it seems.
Yeah, well, that's what happens.
That's what happens, I guess. But nonetheless, I hope everybody is having a good week. My week's been pretty decent so far. What about you, Dexter? How are you feeling?
I feel all right. I'm just doing my thing.
Vibing over there.
Mm, mm.
Got my drink here. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I got my drink. I got my strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper over here.
Damn, I just ran out of that. I'm drinking this like blue sun kiss drink. It's like blue raspberry lemonade flavor. It's really
Mm-hmm.
good. Anyways, thanks for joining us tonight, guys. For the episode, sit back and relax. So, if you guys may recall from last year, we did an episode all about memorable drummers, and I believe we did two parts for that one, correct?
Yes.
Yes, we did. So,
Yes.
and I mentioned previously in that episode, we were doing other aspects of bands in general later on down the road. It's just we have had to push it back so far down the road.
Mhm.
Literally since we did the drummers episode, which was December of last year.
Yeah. It's just because we had other episodes that we wanted to do. Um, but you know what? It's like we're here now. It's better late than never.
Yeah, and I'm glad we're
So,
doing it. So tonight we are moving on to vocalists, memorable vocalists in bands or even in solo careers. Vocalists don't always have to have a band behind them. Sometimes they can do it all on their own, and that's completely fine. Um, so here's a little spiel about vocalists. I feel like vocalists add a huge dynamic to a band. Like, yeah, you've got your bassist, guitarist, drummers, keyboardist, even, but I feel like a vocalist is what really brings the band together. It really helps get the lyrics out there. The vocalists play a big role in showing in vocals, like when it comes to lyrics and stuff. Basically, putting
mhm.
emotions into the songs. Like that's their big job, big role, we'll call it. I personally have a big fascination with vocalists because it takes a lot of work to be a vocalist. You have to train your vocal cords to freaking work properly. And if you don't train them properly, if you don't exercise your vocal cords properly, you could run into conflict down the road.
Yeah. Like I've said this before. Like with Corey Taylor, for example. Like his his vocal cords like were shot after doing like drugs and stuff, and he was a smoker too, and he was a drinker. But then like over time, like he would like just go from harsh and then go like right into like clean for like the whole rest of the song, and then go like back and forth. But then once he quit doing that, it's like he can go between the harsh and then clean, and
Yeah.
then going back and forth and stuff. So it you have to train it. It hurts like a bitch to do it, but it's like just don't strain your vocal cords so much that you're talking like this, like very hard and stuff like that. So
There's a couple vocalists on my list that I will mention, I think, in this episode that do have a little bit of a voice change as they got older. So I will mention those when we get to them. But I think it is the best time to start off with this vocalist, and that is the late, great, now Tina.
yeah, um, it was like what
Yesterday.
yesterday. Um, it was yesterday, like when we had heard that Turner had passed on. It's it was kind of like a shock to the system, no pun intended, but it was like a complete like culture shock to like
Yeah,
a lot of people.
I feel like this death hit me harder than Jerry Springer's death, which also just happened back in April. Um, my God, Tina Turner. I've listened to her stuff in the past. Her stuff as a solo artist, and then her collab she did with Bryan Adams on the track "It's Only Love." That's like one of my favorite songs of all time, by the way. Um, yeah, like when I heard she'd passed away, I'm like, you're kidding me. We just lost a icon in the business, the queen of rock and roll. She was 83 years old. She had been ill for a while. I guess she had passed from her illness. They didn't specify what illness it was, to be exact. I don't know if they ever will, but um, God bless her, man. She had the freaking voice of the freaking century.
Mhm. Um, just before we started recording, I was just happened to look on Twitter, and somebody had posted a old like Pepsi commercial that she was in,
Oh,
and it had David Bowie in it.
really?
Uh-huh.
You're gonna have to send
Um,
that to me if you can find it.
yeah, if I can find it, maybe I could find it probably on YouTube or something. But it was like a song that Bowie and Tina had done together. Um, and it was like Sprite, the soda of the generation. I was like, oh wow. I was like, huh. I was like, oh, okay.
That's so cool.
Yeah. If I can find out, I'll send it to you. But yeah, it because it's like it just and she was like an actress, like somewhat.
Yeah.
She like her most prominent role was in the like third Mad Max movie of the 80s going into the
Wow.
90s.
That's cool.
Um and then like a lot of people know her for her solo stuff and all that stuff, but it's like she was like a centerpiece of like what female vocalists are today.
Absolutely. She's one of the big pillars.
hmm Um, she will be missed for damn sure. Like if you don't know who Tina Turner is like you've been living under a rock. Like you need to seek her out and search up her stuff because like she's freaking phenomenal.
Absolutely. Poor woman, though. She has been through so much in her life. She was abused for 16 years in a marriage, escaped that with literally 32 freaking cents in her pocket and a mobile debit, not debit card, a card. She literally escaped from that abusive relationship, which is that she lived off of food for a couple of years. She was playing at clubs just to get by, to make enough money to pay off her debt. Like,
hmm
this poor woman had been through so much, and to see where she had made it after the music business just shows how much of a comeback story she really had and how much of an impact she made on the music industry as a whole.
hmm For sure. Um, I'm probably gonna say like like a lot of people will say like they're probably gonna make a biopic of her at this point. Um, hopefully it just does her justice and stuff. Because I mean, a lot of biopics nowadays, it's like there's certain information that gets thrown in there that's not factual.
Right.
Okay, come on. But like her story is like one of those like empowering stories that a lot of women nowadays need to like look and search up and be like,
Absolutely.
like if you're struggling in this situation, it's like Tina Turner can do it. It's like so can you. Like she literally, like you said, she had literally nothing, and she became something.
And once again, she will be dearly missed. One of those big names in rock and roll history.
Mm.
Oh my god. Anyways. All right, so I'm gonna continue. I'll let you go on and pick your vocalist that you want to start with for your picks.
All right, so I'm just gonna. I'm as I go, I'm gonna just like check mark it off. So
Yeah, I don't
like,
blame you.
all right, so I am going to go with a vocalist that I kind of hold near and dear to my heart a little bit. Um, I want to talk about Ronnie James Dio himself.
Oh, perfect timing. Perfect timing today, too. Let's go.
Because, like, it's like on this day, it was like, how many years has it been
It was
since
in
Holy Diver?
1983.
So it's 40
It's
years?
been. Holy crap.
That's just off the top of my dome. I didn't even have like a calculator or anything. But man, like what a freaking album! Like, oh,
Yes, I just
um,
heard it on Shom. Shom just played full on Sunday for Classic Vinyl Sunday. I fucking loved it. It was great.
yeah, man, it's like one of those like other people too. It's like he was just gone so soon.
Yeah, I believe he died in 2010. I think he had cancer for a little while.
Yeah,
My God,
it's
fucking voice, though.
woo. Yeah, it's like Holy Diver, and it's like he in like like wasn't he the lead singer from Rainbow too? For
Yes, he was
Rainbow,
for a while.
um,
He also did work with Black Sabbath as well.
which like that's crazy to think about.
He really dominated the 70s and the early 80s. That's for damn sure. He did a lot of work in those years.
hmm Um,
I
I
mainly
was
remember
just
him for like his stuff. That's really where I really remember him.
right. It's like it's in like me personally, like I don't really personally know Rainbow. I know like you and Hush, like you two like talk about them a lot, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm just over here.
My dad really likes him too. Rainbow's had a few lead singers besides Ronnie James Dio. They've had a few. So I've listened to a bunch of their stuff from even when Dio was in the group and then like the other singers and stuff. So like my dad likes them too. So that's kind of where it all began for me. I need to look into them more though, for real. Like I've been meaning to do it. I've been so busy. But my God, yeah, Ronnie James Dio, what a freaking voice.
And it's funny because on the Holy Diver, like original release and stuff, it's like there's side one and then there's side two, and side one had like five, and then side two had like four songs.
Oh, okay, that's
That was
why.
like way back then.
Yeah, that's kind of why it felt long on side one.
um, but it reached like 2 times platinum in the U.S.
Wow, okay. That's pretty-
Yeah, but uh, it's like it's crazy.
It is. It
But
really is.
I had to like I had to put Dio on there.
I'm glad
Like
you did. I really fucking forgot.
it's like
Jeez.
it's like I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice if I don't put Dio on there.
Okay, I suppose it's my turn, eh?
Yes, it is a.
Oh God, I don't even start. I've got a big list. I'm not gonna lie with you. I'm gonna go with. Fuck it. Let's go with Ben Kwolowitz because I feel like if I don't talk about him in this episode, I'm going to feel like crap.
I have him too. I have
Oh,
him too.
bless your soul, my friend. Man, y'all should know who Ben Kwolowitz is by now if you've listened to this show long enough. I am a huge Billy Talent fan. Dystro is too, but like I am big fan. I haven't listened to them in a while. I won't lie, which I feel a little sad about. But Ben Kwolowitz is a huge inspiration for me. He's one of those vocalists that really goes unnoticed in the mind of rock. Even Billy Talent in a general, just which really sucks. Man, like he's only in his like 40s right now, and he's still rocking. Like with Billy, they're on tour as we speak right now. Still for Crisis of Faith, they're in I think they're in Europe and stuff like that, Ireland and all that crap. So they're over there right now doing. So when Ben started his singing and stuff back in 90s when they were under the group Pez, man, he could fucking scream. He had the scream power. Like, you know this, Dystro, because we've listened to it.
Mm-hmm.
And even with Billy Talent 1, like, even Billy Talent 1 and Billy Talent 2, like, he could scream.
Yeah, and then it's like around Billy Talent 3 time, it's like he kind of like started declining a little bit in the screaming.
Dead Silence he kind of picked up. Yeah, Dead Silence he kind of.
Yeah, but then
Afraid of Heights.
Afraid of Heights. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
kind of slowed down.
It's like he did it here and there, which I mean that's kind of good. It's like and plus like over time, like I guess it was kind of getting like a little strenuous on his vocal cords when he did it and stuff too. But I mean, I don't blame him, to be honest with you.
From what I've heard, he doesn't do it as much on like he doesn't do as much screaming, which that's understandable. He does it here and there though, but my god, he can portray emotion so good for these songs. That's what makes a lot of Billy Talent songs good. There's a lot of emotion and angst and anger. Just by Ben's vocal power, he is a powerhouse. Like he, and considering that they've been together since like the 90s, since they were in high school, and they're still going today, and they're only in their 40s. It's like they've got a big fucking way to go to cement themselves in history.
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe sometime next year or 2025, they will be inducted into like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I would love to see that. Problem is they aren't popular in the U.S. I feel like it'd be like the Canadian Rock and Roll.
Yeah, Hall like the Canadian Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like like I would say like sometime either like maybe this year, next year, or 2025, like they will be inducted into the Canadian Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for sure.
They're huge. They're huge in Canada. I'm really happy because Canada is literally like 30 minutes from me. So I love Ben. He's such a sweetheart. He definitely stands up for, what's right in this world. He's not afraid to speak his mind either, and that's what I really admire about him. He's just one of those down in general. Like, he's just, a bundle of joy. I miss listening to Billy.
I always love his signature.
Me too, with the fucking stick figure.
Stick figure. It's like, that's just him.
That's
just him. It's like, you see, like, all these, like, other, like, professional signatures, and then there's Ben, it's just...
a B and
stick figure.
Like, never change, man.
Right. All right.
Go ahead.
My turn. Let's see. I will go. I'm gonna do another female vocalist powerhouse this time. I am going to do Amy Lee.
Oh, I should have fucking put her.
I was surprised you didn't.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
I love Amy Lee. She's so fucking good.
Yeah, for real. It's like... Yeah.
And what's crazy is you and I just listened to an Evanescence album on our own time, outside of our pilgrimages and crap, because and I think you got it. Wait, no, did you get it too, or did you not? Or did you just do it on your own time for fun?
I did it on my own time because you had told me about it, and you're like, "Man, this is so good." I was like, "Okay, I'll give it a shot and I'll listen to it." And I was like, "Oh yeah, like I like it." Fallen from 03.
I love that album. That album was like emotional roller coaster for you.
Oh yeah, like one of the deep tracks for me personally is Nobody's Fool.
I'm trying to think of the one that I said I liked. I don't remember what it was though. What's the album called? Fallen? Evanescence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't it Wasn't it Tourniquet?
It might have been Tourniquet. I think that's what it was.
Either that or
I think it was
because
Tourniquet.
yeah, yeah, you told me about Tourniquet, and I was like, yeah, I was like, I like that.
My God, though, what a powerhouse! Like her too. She's been through a lot.
Yeah, for real.
Lost her sister, I think, at one point. I
Um,
think that's what one of the songs was about. She had lost her sister,
mm,
and she was grieving and stuff like that. I remember reading about it when I was looking through the meetings for the songs and stuff like that. My God, though, this day she's still with Evanescence. She's still performing and stuff like that. Like that's crazy.
and Fallen has reached diamond status,
Wow, that's
like
huge.
10 million copies worldwide.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Um, it's like, I mean, it peaked at like certain levels and stuff, but it peaked at on Billboard 200,
Wow,
and that's
jeez,
their debut album. That's just their debut.
wow.
um, but like Bring Me to Life, Going Under, My Immortal. I think wasn't it My Immortal? Maybe.
That's another one that fucking hit me.
Oh yeah, the
The band version.
the band version always gets me. The regular version as well. It's like both like have like equal power behind it.
Oh my God, yeah. I find it hard to listen to that album now because when I listened to it the first time, on like the full way through, I was going at the time in March, so it was like really, really hard to listen to. So, but
Yeah.
I did enjoy it though. I can definitely say it's a very, very good album. I recommend you guys listen to it. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, damn, we're already 22 minutes and we haven't made much progress. I've only gotten one person checked off my list. This is depressing. All right, I'm gonna pick up the pace a little bit. So I'm gonna go with Fall Out Boy's. Oh my God, I freaking love this guy. He's another one of those really like sweet people in person, that kind of thing. His vocal range is huge. Like, oh
Hmm.
my God, especially on the one they did with So Much for Stardust with the track What a Time to Be Alive. Like the fucking high note he hit on that. Like, oh, goosebumps. I swear to God. Is a powerhouse for sure. He can hit the notes. He's been doing this since what? Fall Out Boy's been together since what? 01?
Yes, I would say so. Yes.
Because they released the first 03
Hmm.
with Take This to Your Grave.
Then
Um,
wasn't it like, and then like kind of like third album in, wasn't it like Under the Cork Tree?
Something like that. That might have been their second album. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I'm like brain dead right now. Infinity on High and then Folie à Deux. So, yeah, that was their second album. So
Hmm.
yeah, he's been around for a little bit since almost since I was born. I was born in 02. So right around my era of music, which is good. So like I've kind of been around this stuff for a long time. Man, he can hit fucking vocal cords. Like he's just so good. Like I said, What a Time to Be Alive is a good example from the new album. If you guys want to go back a little bit, I'd say What a Catch, Donnie. That's another good one to hear. Um, Maybe even Saturday from Take This to Your Grave from the debut album. That one's really good. We have yet to do our Fall Out Boy pilgrimage.
Another good one is This Ain't a Scene, It's Arms Race.
Oh God, yeah, the music video to that is great.
Hmm. You're getting kicked out of the hood. It's like what? Like, okay.
All right, I'll let you.
All right. So I am going to do a person that is very near and dear to both of us, Mr. Tom Petty.
Did I not put him on my list? What is wrong with me? I must have been on something.
What am I doing?
I fucking love that man.
And it's like, and if a lot of people don't know, it's like if you do your history and stuff, it's like he was born and raised in Florida, Gainesville, Florida, and stuff. And there's Tom Petty Park in Gainesville. It's
Yeah.
very nice. Oh, shush. And it's it's very nice. It's a small park. It's not big and glamorous and stuff, but it's a small park, and it kind of leads to where he used to live too.
Oh,
So,
oh.
well, why don't you?
I'm broke. Okay.
I'm broke.
I literally just heard Tom Petty not too long ago. Today I heard him. My God, I have listened to him too for a very long time. Since I was a kid, I've been a Tom Petty fan. Like, his voice brings me so much peace. Like, him in general just brings me so much peace. He's always so calm and collective, and it's just, I can't believe he's gone. Like, I remember when he died, I still can't get over it to this day. Like, he's another one of those big names that you could never forget about.
It's crazy that like he is gone, but his memory will still live on. His legacy will still live on to this day.
Absolutely.
Like, because I remember, I think it was one of the UF football games, and they did like a Tom Petty night.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that on Facebook. Cool. I think once a year now. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, for me with Tom Petty, I think Refugee, Out in the Cold, Into the Great Wide Open, all the songs, like pretty much any Tom Petty song you can listen to or find, it's spot on. Like, there's nothing to really complain about with Tom Petty. His voice just brings another level of peace and happiness to me.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be forever missed too, though. My God, I love him to death. All right, speaking of people I love, I'm gonna go with Brian Johnson. My freaking God, what a fucking power! Now, Brian Johnson, background with him, he got his start with Geordie back in the 70s, and then he was, how do we want to put this? He was recruited for CDC in 1980 to replace Bon Scott, who I would also like to get into in this episode as well. Actually, do you mind if I just do both now?
Sure, because I have both written down. So
cool. We'll kill two birds with one, since I'm already talking about him. So, Bon Scott obviously passed away in 1980 at the age of 33. Brian Johnson came into the picture shortly after. They had brought him in. They had auditioned him, and bada bing, bada boom, he's in. He is the only person I feel like that would actually fit an AC/DC Scott. Axl Rose, hell no. What the hell were they thinking when they did the Rocker Bus tour? What the fuck were they thinking? No. Axl, no. I don't even like Guns N' Roses.
I was about to say, you belong to Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
Wow, that's a lot of fighting words right there.
I just don't. I can't get into it. But anyways, Brian Johnson, he is a powerhouse. His voice has evolved from Geordie to now. Like, obviously now, like, he can still sing now. Obviously, we've heard it with Power Up from 3 years ago. My God, like, I don't know what it is. I think the prime for Brian Johnson was, like, the time he joined AC/DC up until 1990 with the Razor's Edge. Anything after Razor's Edge is a little iffy, but the guys in Power Up, obviously. I feel like anything before Razor's Edge, that was his prime. He was like, his voice still raw, in my opinion, and it honestly sounded great, especially with, like, for those about, I actually listened to it this week because I was bored. I was like, I'm gonna go re-listen to that. Sure as shit, I freaking loved it. Inject is like my standout song right now. Inject the Vet. But then from like other albums, I'd say, You Shook Me All Night Long. Even the Razor's Edge title track, Razor's Edge, like, that is a really, really, like, pretty much anything from 1980 to 1990 for AC/DC, that is your prime for Brian Johnson. That is the best you can get. After that, it starts to change a little bit. But my God, what a voice. And then we have Bon Scott, who he was one of the big members from AC/DC when it started back in the early 70s. Actually, technically mid-70s, I should say. He was there for the first 5 albums for AC/DC, 6 if you want to count TNT as I did not because I live in the U.S. Because that was really as an album, not here. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. But yeah, well, it was too. Like he was the home and soul of AC/DC back in the day, and I feel like a lot of AC/DC fans gravitate more towards the Bon Scott stuff because that's what they remember. Especially my dad. And my dad's prefers the Bon Scott stuff over Jackson, which I can totally respect because he was growing up in that era. So my dad was literally a little kid when Bon Scott was in the picture. So I can see why he has that choice, I guess we could put it. Man, when it comes to Bon Scott, I'm trying to think, like, what would be some good songs to put him for?
Night Prowler.
Ooh, that one hits.
The clock strikes midnight.
I'd say that one. Can I See You Girl from High Voltage? And What's Next to the Moon from Marriage, which that album also came out on this day in 78.
Oh, yeah, a lot of things came out on this day.
Oh yeah, you can't forget our anthem, Let There Be Rock.
Oh, Let There Be Rock.
But yeah, Bon Scott will be dearly missed. However, I'm very happy Johnson's in the picture still to this day with AC/DC. He's the perfect fit to replace Bon. And the funny thing is, Bon even said, if y'all ever need to replace me, you need to check this guy out. And look what happened.
It's like, I think he kind of was like ushered in a little bit because like, yeah, like Bon, like, before he passed, he was like, if y'all need a new lead singer, like if I, did pass on and stuff like that, and he's like, look at this dude, Brian Johnson. And it's like, like, and he made his career, basically. Like he made his AC/DC career, which is like, that's crazy to think about.
It is. It really is.
But
All right.
My turn. I am going to go with Mr. Tom DeLonge.
My list too.
Okay, should we say Mark and Tom?
Yeah,
because they're both kind of like lead singers.
I was gonna do them together, so yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Mr. Tom and Mr. Mark, it's like the cornerstones of Blink 182.
The children of Blink.
The children. The children.
Travis is one of the only one, I swear.
Shit, yeah. It's like he's like the peacemaker of between Tom and
He's
Mark.
getting all the bitches out here with fucking the Kardashians, and then there's fucking Tom. Tom with his aliens, Mark with his fucking shenanigans.
It's like, God, man. It's like, what is there to say about Blink and Mark and Tom together? It's like they're both like equally good, solid lead vocalists. Especially like when like Mark does his own thing, like when he's just doing solo stuff, like with like What's My Age Again and stuff like that, and like
feeling this too.
I can't regret
this time. It's in the summer. Then you have Tom, who's like super exaggerated with his lyrics. Where are you?
And I'm so sorry. Like, God, the one that comes to mind is the freaking family reunion one.
Oh gosh, it is fucking mother.
Fucker.
I've actually memorized the lyrics now. Be happy for me. It took me a long ass time to do that.
But like, I mean, if there was no Blink, it's like I don't think like a lot of people with like had that kind of like out sort of, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, because there's certain songs like they do that's kind of like, like deep cut tracks. like Stay Together for the Kids, like that's a deep cut track for you because you went through that.
I love that song.
And like fucking like After Midnight, that's another personal favorite for you too. And like Up All Night and stuff like that. And it's like every album that they've done up till like, like when they had Matt Skiba and stuff, it was like really fucking good. It was really good.
Even Neighborhoods was good, and like I feel like it's completely unnoticed, which sucks because it's really good. A lot of deep cuts on that one. Kaleidoscope, Wishing Well, even the hidden tracks like Snake Charmer, and Even If She Falls in Love. It's just like you take Mark Hoppus's innocent sounding voice, and then you take Tom DeLonge's fucking exaggerated emo as fuck Skater Boy voice. You put them together, it's like fucking perfect chemistry. It works.
And plus, like when they do like shit on stage together, it's like, God.
Together.
Yeah. I remember. I think. Didn't you send me a TikTok where it was like Mark's mom had called him on stage?
Yes.
And Tom's like, Ellie, hey. Like, oh my God. Like those two, man. It's like I'm so glad that they're back together.
And let's keep it this way, please. Like us
Yes, please.
are hurting. Like, come on.
It's like
Parents fight.
And then Travis is just like, Mom, Dad.
Mom, Dad. Wait, who's the mom? Who's the dad?
I would say fucking I would say Mark is the dad because he's always like he sounds just like a dad.
And then there's
like
Tom.
a
He's
sitcom
like
dad.
he's just fucking Tom.
He's Tom, yeah.
Oh.
God, man.
Damn. All right. More vocalists. Now, there will be a part 2 to this Sunday, so you guys will not be left in the dark. If one of your favorite vocalists did not get mentioned in this episode, 9 chances out of 10 it will be in part 2. So don't fret, guys. Do I want now or do I want to wait for part 2? That's what I'm coming down to.
That's up to you.
I'm gonna go with who do I want to go with? Okay, I'm gonna go with this dude. I'm gonna go with Adam Lambert because I absolutely love this guy. I've talked about him before on the show when I did my favorite idol. My favorite past idol contestants episode, which I did that last. If you guys want to check that out, that was a solo episode I did. Adam Lambert, man, what a fucking voice! He has evolved so much from his days on Idol. Still mad he didn't win, by the way. He should have fucking. But then again, because he didn't win, look where he is now. Like their Idol contract and stuff. He is with Queen, and plus he does his own solo stuff too on the outside of that.
I mean, look at Chris Daughtry too.
Yeah, like he finished 4th, and he's like doing big things now, like with his band and going on tours and stuff. But yeah, Adam Lambert, I knew from day one. I think both my parents even knew this as well when we were watching Idol when I was a kid. From day one of his audition, when he auditioned with Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, I feel like from that day on it solidified his fate. Little do you know he was going to become the lead singer for Queen in the long run. That is like crazy. That's literally like basically saying he auditioned for Queen, if you think about it. It's just fucking crazy how it worked out for him. Like, sure, he didn't win, but like now he had, I think within that same year, finishing season 8, within that same year he released his first album, which was I think For Entertainment or something like that. I think that's the name of it. But and off of that he got I think 2 that include the title track, and then there was If I Had You, and then What Do You Want From Me. And then like years down the road he released more stuff, and it's just like he's doing so good now, and I'm proud of him. He's been one of those people I look up to in life, even as a kid. It's just he was a rocker on Idol, and he definitely was, and he always after week, and it's just like, I'm so salty he didn't win. Like, he's just good, man. He's just so good.
The one Idol audition that I remember you showed me before, it was it's a mad world.
Oh, that was I think that's when they made it to the top 9 or top 8, and he had performed Mad World by Tears for Fears.
Tears for Fears.
They actually took that, had him re-record it in the studio, and released it as like an Idol single from each artist. They did that with the contestants and stuff. Week after week, they released what they performed on stage. But they would like re-record it in the studio before they released it to the public, which was cool as hell. I actually have it downloaded to this day. One of my favorite, if not my actual favorite performance Adam's ever done on Idol was that song. It's so good. I need to listen to it again. It's been a little bit.
It's been a while.
All right, I'll let you wrap up the episode. What's our final vocalist for the night? What are we ending on?
Our final vocalist of the night. Now, some may say he's, a rocker. Some may say he kind of replaced somebody in a big band in the 80s. I'm talking about Mr. Sammy Hagar himself.
Yes! I'm crossing him off my list now.
Yes!
No fucking doubt. I'm stuck between him and Adam Lambert tonight, who I was gonna do for my last first. I'm so glad you picked Sammy. Yes.
I mean, I had to put Sammy on there. I was like, what? I mean, because like, okay, when I had to ask you, I was like, are we doing it like on like personal preference or whatever? You were like, just personal, like what we've listened to, like what we've listened to on our own time, sort of thing. I was like, okay. I was like, I got you. So like, I had like, when I put like, Amy Lee and Bun and Brian and Ben Kowalowitz and Tom Petty and stuff like that, I was like, okay, who's another singer that we've both knew? And I was like, oh, I had to put Sammy. I had to put him.
Love that man.
I
I have a funny story that I actually learned about, I think it was a couple days ago, because Sammy had posted something on TikTok about the background behind one of his songs. I'll tell that at the end after we talk about him. So Sammy got his start as a solo artist. Before that, he was also in a group called Montrose or something like that. I can never pronounce it right. Montrose. Back in the day, he was in that group. Then he kind of did his own thing with the solo stuff for a little while, releasing a few good albums, including how was it? Three Lock Box, which is literally the only album I've listened to by Sammy. I still need to listen to VOA and what's the other one? There's another one. Oh, Standing Hampton. That's the other one.
Montrose.
Yes, Montrose. I can never pronounce it. So that's where he originally got his start. And like I said, then he went to solo work. And then around 1985, David Lee Roth had left Van Halen. He was the founding members of Van Halen back in the day, back in the 70s. He left in 85. Was left without a song. They recruited Sammy Hagar, and then in 86 they released 51 with Sammy Hagar, and he stayed with Van Halen for 4 albums, and then he left in, I believe, 95 or 96 after Balance that came out.
Yeah, that was, I think, 96.
Yeah. After that, they brought Gary Sharonin, which was a mistake. I'll forever say it, by the way. But man, I love Sammy. Like, he's just got that unique voice to him. Like, a voice that's unmatched. One that cannot be compared to anybody else. Like, you cannot find another Sammy Hagar out there.
Oh, no. And you know what the funny thing is? He's 75.
He doesn't even look it.
Yeah, he doesn't even look it at all. Also, I love that his nickname is the Red Rocker. What a nickname.
Yeah, his nickname is the Red Rocker. It's always has been. So, I'm going to give a little backstory behind I Can't Drive 55. So, according to Sammy Hagar, which I literally just watched this video yesterday or the day before, um, the story behind it was he flew into New York and he was driving up to Lake Placid, which is crazy. Because number one, Lake Placid's like an hour away from me. He had like a cabin or like a camp up in Lake Placid that he was going to stay with his wife. And back then, they had just changed the law to 55 miles per hour for the state speed limit. He didn't know that. He was driving 60 or something like that. He got pulled over, and they basically pulled him over for speeding. And he's like, "What's the state speed limit?" And they're like, "You don't know that the state speed limit is 55?" He's like, "No, I can't drive." He's like, "No." So the cop walked away. Got the ticket and shit. While he walked away, he was talking to his wife in the car, and he's like, "I can't drive 55." And that's where it started. That's where he got the inspiration for that song.
It's like that's kind of like not corny, but it's just like that's fucking funny.
I'll send you the video later. I promise. I'm just fucking. He had a camp in Lake Placid. That's an hour away from me. Literally an hour away from me south. That's crazy. He had a fucking place at Lake Placid. Because it's just fascinating when you hear somebody talk about like somewhere close to your home. It's like, because like literally nobody talks about up here, like ever. Hearing her say Lake Placid, I was like, what? He had a place in Lake Placid? Like, oh my god. So he knows what he had around next. Like, that's awesome. But yeah, that's the backstory behind I Can't Drive 55. I will send you that video, by the way, Dystro, so you can see it for yourself. I found it fucking fascinating.
So I'm looking on like Wikipedia and stuff like that, and he still owns that 1982 Ferrari 512 BB that he made famous in that music video.
Wow, what a guy.
Plus, he's a longtime Ferrari enthusiast too.
Oh, fucker.
Lucky.
I love him. I love him. Man, when he fucking passes on, that's gonna be tough. That is tough. Like, just thinking about it.
I mean, like, whenever, like, a lot of our famous, like, singers / songwriters, like, when they pass on and stuff, it's like, yeah, it's gonna suck. But it's like, I mean, it's like, like, when we were just talking about that, like, the other day, too, you were like, man, like, it's gonna be so heartbreaking when, like, like, this person passed away. I'm like, yeah, it's like, but it's like, at least they lived their life to the fullest.
And they made an impact.
And they made an impact on people.
Yeah. Oh. So, my dear friends, that part 1 of Memorable Vocalists for tonight. We will do part 2 on Sunday. So that'll be Sunday's episode. So if you guys did not hear your singer tonight, chances are might be on part 2. And there was a big name that I did not get to tonight. Actually, there's a couple big names I didn't get to tonight, which sucks, but that just means I'll have time to explain on the next one. And I'm sure Dystro feels the same way.
Yeah, there's some names that I didn't even get to, but you know what? So that's all right. That's always good for a two-parter.
I have this one person on your list. It's like, if he doesn't have this person on his list, he's fucking out of his mind.
I might.
So if you guys enjoyed that, thank you. Thank you for sticking around. Dystro, what's our song tonight?
So our song is going to be a Def Leppard song, believe it or not.
Oh god, why are you doing this to me? Why?
Okay. So we had just finished our Def Leppard pilgrimage not too long ago. Don't cheat it. We had just finished it up not too long ago. And when we were listening to Euphoria, great album, there was a song that kind of stuck out to me because Marissa had heard it before. and it was Paper Sun.
Yeah.
So that will be the song of La Night.
Wow.
Paper Sun.
Paper Sun by Def Leppard from the Euphoria album from 1999. That album I really, really surprisingly enjoyed.
Yeah, because like it was kind of like one of those albums like I didn't want to listen to it, sort of thing. Because like it's not like I thought it was gonna be a bad album. I just had low expectations going into it. I'm
But then it
glad I
kind
kind
of,
of
yeah,
jumped and be like, oh, okay, cool. It's freaking awesome.
it kind of blew us out of the water. It was a big step up from Slang, which was the album before.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Paper Sun, Def Leppard's album Euphoria. That is a good song. One of my favorites of all time, actually. So if you guys want to hear that, be sure to click on the top right hand corner of the episode. It should be there towards the end. There'll be a link that's going to pop up. Go ahead and take a listen. There's no music video for this one, unfortunately, but I will find the audio for you guys. Yeah, go ahead and check it out. If you guys stuck around to the very end, we greatly appreciate your support on social media by clicking on the link in the description below to Linktree, which we have Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, and Twitter. Go follow us there to keep up to date with the podcast. Dystro's YouTube channel is there as well. On the road to 800 subscribers. What are you at right now?
756.
Hey, okay, so you're more than halfway there. That's good. He posts weekly gaming content. I'm in there some Roblox and some GTA not so long ago. Once again, funny shit by the way. Fucking me flying off the motorcycle near the casino. Whee!
I can't take you anywhere in GTA. Can't
really
take you anywhere.
So go subscribe to him. Go show his stuff some love. And go follow me on my personal TikTok account. I am at 890. I need to hit 1,000 in order to go live, and I'd love to go live with you guys. Just on my spare time, post pod, before pod, basically whenever I get the chance. Do some reviews, take song requests, and listen to it live in front of you guys. You guys will get my reaction. Maybe even some behind the scenes stuff of the pod. You guys can watch me record the pod episodes Thursdays and Sundays if you guys want. But I can't do that unless I have 1,000 followers. So go ahead and follow me there. Seeing a lot of music related stuff because it's basically what my life is all about right now. So, but I want to keep it that way. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. So yeah, go follow me on TikTok. Once again, go listen to Paper Sun by Def Leppard, and that. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys this Sunday for part 2. Peace.
Peace.